Hello everyone, I am Ayushi Rohit, M.Tech first year in the Center for Educational Technology. We will start as open house for the M.Techs, and I request everyone to post their queries in the chat box. In the later half of the open house, we will address them. Now I request Professor Syaamantak to kindly start the session.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Syaamantak. I'm Assistant Professor in the Center for Educational Technology, and I'm also the faculty in charge for the PG admissions and PhD. So, welcome to this open house today. And today we're going to give you a brief overview of the kind of research work, your life at IIT Bombay as a PhD, as an M.Tech student, and what are the opportunities that you can get while if you get admitted here in the M.Tech program. So for this, there are a number of various areas where we're going to take you through over next 1 hour, and we'll also follow up with some questions that you have. So as Ayushi pointed out, you can write in the chat bot, in the chat box, what is the questions, and we'll try to answer it at the best of our ability. So today in this open house, we have with us Professor Sahana, who is the head for the Center for Educational Technology here at IIT Bombay, and we'll also be joined by a few other faculties. So without wasting any more time, I would like to hand over to Professor Sahana. Ma'am, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you, Professor Syaamantak. Welcome to all of you. I think we do see a few prospective candidates and a few current students. If there's any trouble with my audio, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll keep speaking. So welcome to... Okay, thanks, Ayushi. Yeah. So welcome to this open house today. And I'm just going to keep it brief. I think... our current students have really lined up a very thorough presentation, about what we do as a department in terms of our research, in terms of the academics, in terms of the cultural aspects, in terms of other activities, and so on as we go ahead. But before I hand it back to them and before they start, so maybe let's just see what domains you're from. The reason I'm asking this is our program, Educational Technology, is inherently interdisciplinary in nature. And till last year, the word interdisciplinary was there in the name of the center also. And then it changed for some, just some logistical reasons. But essentially, we have people from engineering backgrounds, science backgrounds, natural sciences. We have people from the social sciences. We have people with an education background. We have people with a design background. So it's pretty broad that way. So I think it would just help us. Maybe what I will do is I'll just I'll ask you which domain you're from, category by category. You can do a thumbs up or like an, online thumbs up. So how many of you are from an engineering background? Let's take a quick look. Just do a thumbs up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. I think about 5 or so. Anyone from a natural sciences background? I don't expect too many because this is for the M.Tech. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology. All right. Anybody from design background? Doesn't seem like it. Since this is an M.Tech, again, I'm not sure if there are people from a social sciences background, but let me just quickly ask, anyone from a social sciences background? If you've already raised your hand, you can put it down now. No, I do see a few of you. So, no one? Okay, so it looks like or did I miss anyone? If so, just put it in the chat, okay? If I didn't call out your domain. So why we were asking is that if you do get admitted to the program, and you'll see later today, we have courses as well as your projects. They will involve, they will need you to draw from different domains. And of course, you will get the training for it. But it is not, it's not just that you take one discipline and go there. We have to take from different disciplines to solve the problem at hand. So that's what makes this program quite unique. And broadly speaking, we are looking at problems of learning, problems of teaching, and trying to address them using technology tools in some way. But the focus is not just on tools, it can be about the pedagogical strategies, it can be about the theories of learning, it can also involve things like policy, accessibility, and so on. Right? So, again, I think I'll just mm, I did end there. Ayushi, is there anything else you wanted me to speak about?
Uh, no, ma'am. It's thank you so much for your guidance. We
Okay.
will.
So, yeah, just wanted to say welcome to everybody else. And please do use these 1.5 hours to get your doubts and your questions cleared. If it's anything procedural in nature, we may even refer you to our admissions webpage or somewhere else. But if you want to know more about the program, what are the current students doing? What happens? What should I do to well in merit test? What should I, what will I do when I graduate? I think this you've come to the right place. So welcome, and back to you, Ayushi.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to request Mrunmay to take over and start with the core thrust area of our department. I will move on to the thrust area slide. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Ayushi.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I am Mrunmay Mete, M.Tech first year student. Our department research categories into four key focus areas: technology enhanced learning of disciplinary practices, TUET. Technology enhanced learning of disciplinary practices, TELead. Teacher use of educational technology, TUET. Educational data analytics, EDA. It's exploration of emerging technologies of education, emerge. Moving to the next slide.
Yeah.
First, TUET stands for Teacher Use of Educational Technology. This area focuses on how teachers can effectively use technology to enhance teaching and learning. The vision of TUET is research-informed development and outreach of innovations to empower teachers in effective use of educational technology. From this Venn diagram, we can understand TUET through three key dimensions: research, development, and outreach. Research focuses on understanding teacher practices, design thinking, and developing frameworks like learner-centered MOOCs design. Development involves creating tools, curricula, and resources that teachers can use directly in classrooms. And outreach focuses on scaling its impact through MOOCs, workshops, and faculty development programs. Moving to the next slide.
Yes.
This is an LCM model, or as we say, learner-centric MOOC. It is a conceptual model which an instructor can use to conceptualize, create, and conduct a learner-centric MOOC. Since massive online open courses, or MOOCs as we know it, have expanded access to education, but they often remain lecture-based with low engagement and completion rate. The LCM model addresses this by providing design guidelines, activity structures, and pedagogical support. Moving to the next slide. This is EdTech Tulna Framework. It is a research-based initiative for systematically evaluating educational technology tools. This was collaboratively done by Central Square Foundation, IIT Delhi, and IIT Bombay, where IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi were principal investigators in this initiative. This assesses tools based on pedagogy, content quality, and technology design. The evaluation focuses on real classroom use, including engagement and learning effectiveness. It provides comparative evidence-based insights to support decision making. Moving to next slide. In this thrust areas, this is one of example of the research work. This work is a CHAT-CLD framework, which explores the challenges teachers face in designing effective learning designs for their specific classroom context. It shows that one-size-fits-all approaches are often ineffective due to diverse learning needs. Through interviews and surveys, key teacher needs for creating effective learning designs were identified. This research design was developed by PhD scholars Ishika and Sanchita. Moving to next slide. This research focuses on designing and evaluating a technology-supported pedagogical model for architecture education. It proposes a structured 5-phase workflow for creating effective studio-based learning experiences. The model supports guided learning through activities and scaffolds for students. It ensures alignment between pedagogy, technology, and assessment practices. Overall, it provides a replicable framework for improving teaching in design-based domains. This was developed by a PhD scholar, Alisha Sinha. Moving to the next slide. Second thrust area is TELead. TELead stands for Technology Enhanced Learning of Disciplinary Practices. Moving to the next slide. It focuses on how students learn by engaging in real-world disciplinary practices. The goal is to move beyond content learning to application and thinking. Technology is used to support meaningful and active learning. It focuses on developing key disciplinary practices, including design thinking, problem posing estimation, and algorithmic thinking. This helps them build deeper understanding and transferable skills. Moving to next slide. Now, here we address the gap between student learning and professional practice. Students often learn concepts while professionals apply them in complex situations. So TELead aims to bridge this gap. It aligns classroom activities with real-world practices, which helps students think and act like professionals. Moving to next slide. This trust area aims to create evidence-based learning environment. It follows a design-based research approach where problems are identified and then solutions are designed and implemented. These solutions are tested and refined in iterations. This ensures effective and practical learning outcomes are achieved. Moving to next slide. These are some research work in this thrust area. For example, on the left, you can see this project focuses on how learner experience and manage uncertainty during engineering design tasks. It examines how students handle different types of uncertainties individually and in group settings, especially in ill-structured design problems. On the right, this research work is about estimation in computer-supported collaborative learning using open-ended learning environments. This involves using technology to measure, analyze, and predict student learning processes, collaborative quality, and regulatory behaviors when they engage in ill-structured student-centered tasks. Moving to next slide. These are also some of the work, what you can, on the right side, like you can see a karyotype. It is a kind of a web browser based learning environment where learners assume the role of a geneticist and solve the cases of chromosomal disorders. The learning environment is based on a case-based reasoning approach where the learner acts as a problem solver. Moving to next slide. Okay, thank you. Now we'll take over.
Yeah. I request Tanvi to please take over. Yeah. I request Tanvi to take over.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tanvi, second year master student here at Center for Education Technology. So moving on to our thrust area, that is educational data analytics. So can we move to the next slide?
Yeah.
So educational data analytics uses multimodal data such as mouse clicks, MOOC navigation data, eye gaze information, facial recognition, galvanic skin conductance, and brain waves to understand learning processes and the learner's behavior. With this understanding, we aim to design next generation learning products such as intelligent tutoring system in which the learning is personalized to meet the cognitive and affective need of each and every learner. Can we move to the next slide?
Yes.
Yeah. So the this EDA's vision is that the data analytics for creation of theory-based learning models using multimodal data to understand the learning process and learning behavior and the cognitive and affective based personalization of the learning systems. Next slide, please. Yeah, here are some of the projects that are made by students here at Center for Education Technology. As you can see, there is a development of teacher-facing dashboard integrated with aggregate real-time student feedback from lectures and use of multimodal data such as eye gazing, eye tracking, EEG, and self-reports to study the learning, to understand how students learn when the subtitled uh, media is presented to them. Next slide. And here are a few more of them. Next slide. So our fourth and last thrust area is exploration of emerging technologies for the education. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. So this thrust area identifies the potential benefits that the emerging technologies such as augmented reality, virtual reality, and variable devices, etc., might afford in the teaching learning processes and design appropriately learning activities with the use of such technologies. Can we move to the next slide? So here are some of the projects that were created under one of our coursework, that is ET 606 Tools Lab. That is GeoSolvener, where we use the AR tool to design to scaffold middle school students visualization skills and mental rotation abilities. Next slide. And some more of them are here. Next slide. Yeah, and some ongoing projects are like AI assistant to AI innovate, developmental process taxonomy to of users proficiency in generative AI. Next slide. So moving to the department's projects and collaboration, one of the project that already been talked about is EdTech Tulna, that has over like 20 plus EdTech product that were evaluated based on this framework, and it is adopted by 3 state governments. Next slide. Other department collaboration is like a recent collaboration with Akshara Foundation, which is an non-profit NGO based in Bangalore, where we try to like develop a framework that help us to understand how the classroom engagement was happening in the classroom, where the students were given some physical teaching learning materials. The framework was based on the ICAP, that is interactive, constructive, passive, and active engagement 5E model, that is engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate, and a CRA framework which is used in maths education. Um, so this all these were so main aim that we got was like some data driven improvement strategies on the pedagogy and effective use of TLMs. Next slide. Another collaboration was with NTNU. So there was this InnoAD project that was focused on AI education through the hands-on and project-based approach. So it was a collaborative initiative between India and Norway government, bringing together the academia, industrial partners, and students to co-develop the AI in education sector. Next slide. So yeah, departments outreach and culture. These are the few major conferences that our students visit. Yeah. Next slide. Now I would like
Uh, I
Siddharth to take over.
Thank you, Tanvi. Pleasant afternoon to everyone. To excel in academics, we need a strong base, and to have a strong base, we have a department culture. So, Friday meeting is one of the highlights of our department. Its objective is to foster, collaborate, and communicate, and align people with and bring people to discuss ongoing projects, sharing updates, and addressing challenges, planning for the future initiative. This helps people to be in touch with what's happening in and around the department with other people and understand how they can help each other. Next slide, please. Apart from Friday meetings, we go on educational trips. Recently, me with my batchmates went to KVK at Palghar to understand how the tribal people of that region collaborate with the government body of KVK uh, and the initiatives provided by government, how are they implemented, and to understand as a holistically what's going on. Next slide, please. Apart from academic, we do participate actively in sports. As you can see, we came third in institute's volleyball championship, and we do regularly participate in different sports such as football, basketball. And if you guys do miss PE classes as a regular thing which used to be in your school, we do have post Friday meetings, post sessions where different year people participate and play together indoor and both outdoor sports. Next slide, please. From sports, let's go to culture. This is a institute level culture uh, participation where we came first. It's a proud moment to share as a very small department with all less than 50 people, and yet we were awarded first prize, the biggest trophy in cultures. And it's just all because of our fascinating family members in the department. Next slide, please. We also offer a lot of outdoor activities. Recently, we visited Juhu Beach, and apart from that, in my first semester we went to treks, and also hoping to see you guys also join in for treks. Next slide, please. You might have thought, "Ki okay, this is all is for people who are too extrovert and want to mingle with other people in other department, but if you are introvert and want to just stay grounded to your department and focus there, we do have lot of celebration only for our department, such as working lunch, puja, music sessions, and birthday celebration. And apart from them, we do celebrate all sort of festivities, so don't feel bad about it. Next slide, please. Now, my second year student, second year M.Tech student, Vinay will take over from him and explain you about different opportunities in camp
Hi.
for M.Tech students.
Okay. So hi. As Siddharth has focused on the ET department and the opportunities in student life, I'm going to talk about the as an M.Tech student, how your life will be, what are the opportunities we have. So the first thing that you are joining is for your academics. So you will have some courseworks. And in our ITB, we have many places to visit. We regularly visit a Powai Lake we have and Samir Hills. And also this is the fascinating part is clubs. Like we have a lot of clubs like for dance, music, poetry, physics club, coding club, finance club, and all. And like if you think that you have missed the opportunity to take part in events in your bachelor's, so here at M.Tech ITB you get an opportunity. And apart from the various clubs, there is a separate club known as PG Culturals. So this is specifically for the PG people. All the participants are PG. So you will have more chances to take part here when it comes to extracurricular activities. Another thing is the you will have a close relation with the PhD people. So in M.Tech, even we are confused. We are not so sure whether we want to pursue PhD further or not. But after joining M.Tech, here you will work closely with your PhD people. So you will get to know that exactly what PhD is and how they are working and whether it is for you or not. So you will get more insights of PhD and you will decide later whether to pursue PhD or not. So the insights will be useful. There is a concept of institute elective in M.Tech. So other department offers some electives, and apart from your coursework, you can also take courses from other departments. Like I have taken courses from of philosophy. My friends have taken AI and ML courses. Someone has taken game designing courses. So this IITB M.Tech provides you this option to take courses from other departments. Also, I expect you all are scrolling Instagram reels and YouTube shorts like any other candidates. So you will get to experience all the stuff that you have seen on your Instagram reels, maybe a holy celebration, Diwali, or a salsa night. Next slide, please. Also, we have an opportunity of international exchange. So lucky or hardworking, what I say, Some candidates, deserving candidates, got an opportunity to visit foreign, as this was the project of Norway, as Tanvi has already mentioned what the project was about. So four batchmates got an opportunity to visit Norway in this exchange program. And also our senior was Suraj, who has gone to Japan for one semester. It was a complete research semester exchange program. So you will get an opportunity of international exchange as well. Next. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinay. Now I request Anupam to please take over on the following slides.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Anupam and I am a M.Tech second year student. So now coming to the ET composition and diversity. So here in the campus, ET is one of the most, if not the most diverse background, diverse department you will see, because as Sahana ma'am and Vinay has already mentioned, you will see people from different backgrounds here. Like from engineering, you can see your batchmates will be from CS, electrical, mechanical, civil, and also there will be students from architecture background, design background, social sciences, learning sciences. So, and you will be communicating with all of them throughout your journey in the M.Tech. And also in the PhD, some of your PhD seniors might have worked in a startup, or they have had teaching experience for more than 10 years, or they are trying to build a startup. So you will be communicating with them, you will be getting ideas from them. So it will broaden your thinking, like it will broaden the thinking, and it will also broaden your point of view, how you see a problem. And especially another thing that is special about our department is that it encourages you to do experimentation. Our department is not really keen on what grade you are getting. It is really much interested in how good you are able to do an experiment, or how you are able to do the iteration of a problem. So from that point of view, it is one of the most diverse departments. And apart from that, you will also have the exposure to research areas like learning science, AI in education, human computer interaction, and data driven learning. Next slide, please, Ayushi. So yes, now I think this is one of the most important aspects that you guys might be eager to know, which is M.Tech placements and internships. So first, I will be talking about the internship opportunities that you will be having in ET. So we have a thing called field visit, which you have to do as an M.Tech student during the summer. It is a minimum of 6 weeks of field engagement. It can be more than 6 weeks. So here, the main goal of this field work or this internship is whatever you have learned throughout your first year, the coursework and the projects, you will be implementing all of that knowledge being a part of a company. So our department encourages you to be a part of a core edtech company. Like you can see the names Khan Academy. I hope you have all heard of it. And then STEMpedia, Kotak Education Foundation, Shikha Academy, Hamari Lado, and there are other companies which are not listed here. So, and the best thing about this internship is that before your placements, you will be having a resume pointer of experience, which is a really plus point. And now coming to the placements. So as our M.Tech batch is quite new, we started our M.Tech, I think, in 2019. So we are the fifth or the sixth batch. And before our batch, all of our seniors had 100% placements uh, in the placement seasons. And for our particular batch, four of us are already placed. Three of the students have got full-time offer, and one is doing an internship. So, Aisha, can you go to the company slides?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so these are some of the companies where some of my seniors are placed. Like Ganesh is one of my senior who is placed in Piramal. Suraj, Dipesh, Deepika, they are my seniors who are placed in Next Wave. And uh, there other companies like Hero Motocorp, Tata Classes, they also recruit from our department. So in a nutshell, what I want to say about placement is that IIT Bombay and educational technology is going to give you the platform to get a very good placements. But there is a there is always a flip side of the coin. So that is, you have to really work hard, because in the placements you will be competing with some of the greatest minds in the country. Like you will be competing with the CS and the electrical students who have a really different kind of background and curriculum. So the fight is going to be hard, but if you stay dedicated and consistent, there is no reason why I see you will not be placed from the placement season. So that is all from my side about the placements.
Thank you, Anupam. Now, I would like to request Rohit to please talk about the ET research and beyond opportunities.
Yeah, hi everyone. So when you come to ET, so there might be possibilities you would be wanting to uh, go for PhD opportunities. ET branch lets you experiment. They have subjects like seminar, then you do uh, MTP, which basically sets the base for your research, how you generally do research, the learning studies, the research studies, which are in context with educational data, the AI/ML part, and the emerging technologies. You get mentored with the by the faculty and definitely get a chance to publish your papers in conferences like IEEE, T4E, etc. The part which I enjoy the most is that the projects and the subjects are made in such a way where you start from the prototyping, you start from the scratch, you research on it, and it may also happen that ultimately you think that the product has become something very great, which can be shared with the wider Indian audience, and that it can lead to startup. In IIT, you get the opportunities like Sky, which actually helps you for to get funding for your startup. So that's a great funding aspect, but before the funding aspects, where you kind of get the research done, validate your prototype so that you can cater to the larger audience that actually is held by the department. Apart from that, we have a senior like Vivek Sabankar sir. So he is currently doing his PhD from Texas in learning sciences lab. There are other labs in different universities of foreign, like MIT Media Lab. You have labs in Stanford, Carnegie Mellon. So maybe if any one of you want to do PhD in the future, then definitely this M.Tech sets the base for it. Uh, yeah, so that is all for what you can do after doing your master's program.
Thank you so much, everyone, for assisting me with this open house. Now, I would like to go back to Professor Syaamantak sir to continue with the question answer sessions.
Okay.
Sir, you are not audible.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I can see there is a question that regarding the companies that show up for the placements, is it companies that have EdTech initiatives, or does it extend to L&D departments of various corporate offices? It's primarily depend. It's a mix of both. Sometimes we get specific EdTech companies or initiatives that look for specific skill sets. Sometimes it's a L&D department of those already established companies that they look for specific projects, and for that they recruit some of our graduates.
I'll also just come in here. Just one second. Sorry, Amrit. I'll just, I had a follow up to this question. So, we do have placements by companies that do come to campus as part of the regular placement season. And Professor Sham just mentioned it. But in addition, many of the faculty are closely working with different companies, different NGOs, different foundations. So there have been cases where outside of the formal official placements, we get students to start interacting with those companies and place them sort of on a one-to-one level. So their L&D companies are also there. A lot of foundations and NGOs are also there. Just wanted to add this to give the full picture. Amrit, back to you.
Yeah, Anupam, since you were the company coordinator this time, I think you can also chime in.
Yes. So what exactly, like if you have any particular doubt, I can say about that. So yes, one thing I forgot to mention about the placements is that so because it is an interdisciplinary department, so you might think that what kind of companies do we get into? So there is no hard and fast rule that you have to get into this sort of companies. Our department gives this full like you will have the choice to go. You can go into core edtech, you can choose data science, you can choose data analytics, software engineering. So whatever domain you want to work in, you can just prepare for that and sit for the placements. And as Sahana ma'am also mentioned, our there is a institute level placement which is a different body, and there is a department level placement. So our professors and our seniors, there are alum contacts as well. Some of our alums who are working in the company, so they will also guide you and help you to get placed.
Okay, thanks, Anupam. And I can see there are two more questions. I will take the last one first. That since AI and LLMs are rising, I was just wondering how the curriculum is adapting to that. Is the department focusing more on actually building these tools, or is it about studying how students use them? So again, it's a mix of both. Since we are a interdisciplinary department, there are researches that are going on that is focusing on building these tools as well as understanding how students actually use them for learning. So as a M.Tech student, you get to work on a project of your choice if you're interested in this area. Regarding Prashant's question, can you please tell the package range of these companies? Well, it varies depending upon the profile that you are getting. So in a standard IIT placement scenario, the same company can offer you multiple package range depending upon the profile that you are getting into. So it actually varies, and depending upon your, again, your background, previous work experience or something like that. Okay, I can see Namrata raised your hand. Namrata, go ahead. Prashant, internship is a mandatory part in the EdTech program that we have here for M.Tech. If you want to get an intern in core CSE, that again depends on your M.Tech final thesis that you're working on. If it is more towards CS, maybe you can get a chance, but we cannot confirm as of now that whether you can get a internship in a core CSE department or a core CSE program or not. But it's more like you can get a chance to work with artificial intelligence in education as a broad domain. Okay, so the written test is primarily a multiple choice question test where you will be asked questions on basic things like numerical aptitude, okay, quantitative reasoning, etc. It's pretty much similar in the lines of CAT exam. Then once you qualify the cutoff there in the written test, you will be called for interview. In the interview, we expect you to talk about what kind of research as an M.Tech student you would like to pursue, which areas of EdTech you are interested in. So when you come for interview, do come prepared with these 2 points at least. Okay. Sir, are ET applicable for companies coming under CS domain? So it depends again on the companies. If some companies allow everyone to apply for their positions, so there is no restriction on that. Some companies do come for specific CS students only. So again, it depends and varies. But again, Anupam recently got into an AI position from our department. Previously, one of our alumni, Vijay, also got into an AI engineer position from the campus interview. So yeah, we do have examples where ET students do got into AI positions through campus?
Again, I mean, while this is true and these examples do exist, if you are interested in doing core CSE work now or later, ET may not be the right choice for you. We really start from education here. So, in terms of courses, a lot of the courses you have to study about learning theories, about instructional design, about human computer interaction. So be clear why you're coming. There are a lot of applications of AI, definitely, not saying that there aren't. But if you want to build tools as your primary, goal, or if that's what interests you the most, this may not be the best department for you, because we are looking at education not just definitely as an application domain, but we start from education and learning. Okay, so that's something I really wanted to stress to all of you, since there's so many questions about CSE. Having said that, yes, many of our students do come with a CSE background. They work in companies which are working under CS and so on. Second thing I wanted to add related to AI is that this might again give you flavor of the work. So one of the students earlier, I don't know if it was Tanvi or somebody after her, talked about AI assist to AI create. So that's a framework that has been developed by faculty and students of our department on the different levels at which AI can be used while learning. Okay, so there was a question earlier on do you work only on development of tools or how students use them to learn? Both, but also a third and a fourth and a fifth. For example, this framework is trying to conceptualize the levels at which AI can be used. We have also done a little bit of work on the ethics of using AI in education and so on. Okay, so there's a wide range of things.
By the time we are waiting for more queries, I would like to add, as a first year student in my first semester only, I got a chance to write a poster paper for CHI conference that comes under ACM. It is a very prestigious conference. So we do get a chance to, with under the guidance of professor, to publish our work in such prestigious conferences.
Okay. I can see the questions like if someone wants to intern in CSE and to get from company, is ET have any problem related to the internship? Because I'm not sure what you wanted to ask, Prashant. So maybe you can retype the question. Okay, so Athar, the format for written and interview is that the written test is primarily a multiple choice questions. So again, it's similar in it's just standard written test focusing on mainly numerical analysis, quantitative reasoning, etc. Once you clear the written test cutoff, then you are called for interview. And in the interview, we would like to know that which area of ET is interesting to you, and what is the research project that you would like to do. Okay, so these are the two areas primarily you should be coming prepared with. Ritu's question is, how much of the program cover instructional design and learner experience design? What choices of electives lead to different paths under ET? Okay, so there are specific courses that run over one complete semester on instructional design. There are also courses related to, not specifically to learning experience design with the title, but you do get to work on the learner experience design as well. Okay, so and what choices of electives lead to different paths under ET? So in M.Tech program, depending upon what will be your research project at the end, then it can vary from development of tools to development of curriculum, development of some kind of a pedagogical structure. So based on that, you can make your electives lead to a different path. So if you're more focused on learning sciences, maybe you can go towards curriculum development teacher training. If you're more towards developing into tools, you can go towards AIED or EDM, that domain. Okay. Okay, so question from Rakshit is that, sir, what takes a project from being just a lab prototype to actually being used in real classroom? So most of our projects focus on real life classroom environments. So the product that you develop is going to be validated in a real life classroom, either in some local schools here in IIT Bombay itself or somewhere else in Mumbai or Maharashtra. Okay, so it gives you that really that exposure to see how good is your product and whether it is making sense or not. Okay, if I question is, someone get internship in post CSC company, is ET department have any problem related to the internship, because it may possible that internship may not be related to ET. No, the focus of that internship is primarily to work on a tech related problem. So it's not that you are going and developing a machine learning model for them. I mean, it can, but it has to be related to some sort of an educational technology. So it cannot happen that you are working on developing of a machine learning model in finance. Okay. So the focus is on that in the internship, you work on a real life problem with the industry that is in the domain of education, and you try to solve it using some technology approach. Any other questions? Feel free to ask any question that you have regarding the department, the admission process, or if you want to ask any specific question to any faculty also, that's also okay. So along with Professor Murthy, Professor Ramkumar Rajendran is also available. Professor Ramkumar Rajendran works in the area of learning analytics, educational data mining. So if you're interested in that, you can have. Okay, so whether the company is differentiate between B.Tech and M.Tech students, it again depends on the profile. So, I mean, in IIT, based on the profile, some companies do come only exclusively for B.Tech. Some companies do come exclusively for M.Techs. Or some can come for open or for everyone. Okay, so Rakshit's question is that I come from a CS background, and what is the biggest mindset shift that I need to make while transitioning into educational technology? Okay, great question. So the first thing that you need to understand is that in CS, you primarily focus on building tools. Okay, and once a tool is developed and is ready, you kind of ship it off, and then you see the feedback. So here in EdTech, the change that comes is that you are focusing on a problem in education, and you are trying to solve it using technology that is helping the humans to overcome that barrier. So the focus is not only primarily on the quantitative analysis, but a lot of focus comes on the qualitative analysis. And those qualitative analysis comes from your understanding about the subjects like learning sciences, okay, research methodologies, etc. So it's like a transition from the core tech to bring in some human aspects of how we learn, how we evolve while learning. Okay, so these are the areas that you need to look into while transitioning into educational technology?
This is a great question. Like Professor Sham said, maybe we can have some current students with a CS background take this, because either first year or second year student, because I'm sure you also had to face this shift of mindset. So anyone here who came with a CS background already, and
Maybe
I know,
I can go
yeah,
with
please,
this.
Anupam,
So,
Chandrangshu,
so
Tanvi, anybody who's here. Yeah.
I was a CS background student, so I will be very honest. When I first came into the department, and when in the first few weeks of the subjects, I really had a very hard time to get into like what is happening, because as a CS student, you will be so much accustomed to doing coding and thinking from a very technical point of view. Like, okay, you will get something and you will do the coding, but here you will be actually thinking how the system will look like. So, for example, there is a subject called human computer interaction in the first semester. So, as a CS student till your B.Tech, you will only be thinking, okay, I will make this kind of back end, this kind of front end, and I will just ship it off. As Sir said, you will build a product and ship it off. But on those subjects like human computer interaction and other subjects that you will be studying in ET, you will be seeing that how your design will affect a student, a real life individual. Like a product that you will be building will be used by another individual. And if you are just you have this mindset that okay, I will just build and go, it will not work. So you really have to get into the depth of the thing. Like, okay, if I put this icon on the right side corner, what might happen? What might not happen? So that kind of shift as a student really have to make if you really want to enjoy the journey in ET. I think there Ayushi is also from CS background. She can add. She's a first year student.
Yeah, I would like to add also. I came here with a lot of interest, but being from CSE department, I also had to face this mindset problem, because in CSE we are mostly had this mindset of more calculative. We have a fixed algorithm that we have to follow, and we get our answer. But here we learned about from the first principle thinking, how to develop a holistic solution, not just an follow the algorithm or the formula to solve a problem, but to design a complete solution. So it took some time, but the course and assignments are designed in such a way that they lead you in a very progressive way. So if you are interested in education, you will get your way along. Thank you.
Okay, I can see there are a couple of questions regarding eligibility. Okay, so is there any prerequisite before joining ET? So no, there is no prerequisite per se. You need to qualify GATE, a score above a given cutoff, and then you can apply through the standard process. And if you are shortlisted for the written, you will be called. Okay. So a third question is the semester very stressed, or we get free time to do extracurricular activities? So I thought we have seen
I think this, sorry, I started laughing at this question. Go ahead, Sham. Afterwards, let some students also take this.
yeah, so yeah, it's a very stressed because we force you to do extracurricular activities as well. Okay, so it's not only academics that you focus on. In the first semester, you will go for a trek after joining probably within first 2 weeks. Okay, so that is the first stressful thing you will face. Then there are multiple other things your seniors will ask you to do, to go and play with them after the class timings are over. Okay, you will go for a cycling riding with faculties. Some of them are available. Okay, I think Ram can talk about that. So yeah, so it depends on how you look into stress as a thing. Okay, but again, that's the part and parcel of IIT life. Okay, so if you find it, if you are used to it, you will find it exceptionally enjoying. Okay. Questions from Ritu. I saw that NPTEL was one of the collaboration projects. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by this question. NPTEL was one of the collaboration projects that ET worked on. is there EDA being done on that? Yes, there are a lot of. Yeah.
Sham, I think I can take that question. I think it's because I think they might have done the NPTEL course on learning analytics or something related course. We talked about a lot of clickstream data being collected in the in the NPTEL course. Are we applying on NPTEL? I think NPTEL has an issue of in the sense they're not able to collect all the students' clickstream data as of now. But in our department, we have many systems, like at least 8 systems now, which are ability to collect clickstream data. Then we collect those data and we measure learner engagement. Also, other constructs on learning like mindset, engagement, metacognition, self-regulated learning. So we do a lot of projects in that. I hope it answers the question.
Yes, so someone from first year, can you answer Manav's question? Maybe someone from second year can add on top of that.
Okay, I can answer that question of Manav's. A day of ET student, we generally have 3 to 4.5 hour class on a regular day, mostly 3 hour class, and we learn a lot in the class. Our classes are not just boring. The lecture delivery are all the classes are very collaborative. We sit in a round table like structured classes where we build project and we work together with our TAs and faculties. So sometimes class is our most loving and productive part of our day. Then we go in the ground, we play, we participate in cultural activities, and most of our project are group projects, so we work together to complete our assignments and all. I hope it answers your question.
Is there anything else? Otherwise, if we happen to have covered all that you wanted to ask, we could. I mean, we can stay here if you want to talk a bit more, but that's all. We can also wind up.
Okay. Interview tips. Maybe from the first years who just, it's not even 1 year that you got into this department. So some interview tips that helped you.
I would like to answer this question. And first thing, about many people also ask me on LinkedIn about writing the SOP. I will suggest do not write your SOP using any LLM. Do write it on your own. Professor can see is it written with LLM or you have written yourself. Just be yourself and say how your background knowledge can help in contributing in the edtech domain. That's all. And be real. Professor can see if you are faking it or you are genuine. That's a pro tip.
Okay, so there's a question from Manav. As a ET student, can we do much interaction with other core branches, or is there a gap we can see? No, there is. You are allowed to take courses even from other departments also, and there you can interact with other students from core branches as well. Sometimes some of our own courses do have open. I mean, it's a institute open course, institute elective. So students from core branches do come in ET department courses. So there is no such restriction that you cannot interact with other branches. Okay, so if there are no more questions, then we can close this session. So thank you everyone who have joined today, and we wish you all the best.
One announcement. If there are any prospective PhD students who have joined this open house, we have an open house specifically for PhD at 4. So just in case somebody has joined and...
Yes. So it's the same link. Do join at 4. Okay. And if there are no more questions related to M.Tech, so we can close this session. Thank you everyone who have joined today, and we wish you all the best. So there's a question from Rakshit. I'm interested in rural education gap. How much of the research here actually focuses on building tech for rural and regional language schools rather than urban ones? Okay, it's an interesting question. And there were previous projects that where we focused on building tech for rural and some regional language schools as well. So if you're interested in working on that, do write it in your SOP, and we'll see during the interview how we want to process, how we want to get proceed with this project, and we can talk about that at that point of time. Okay, so all the best to the prospective candidates, and we hope to see you in the written exam and in subsequent interviews. Okay, if you have any questions or just facing some issue with the application, do write to us, and our volunteers will help you to find the solution. Okay, so we are closing this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for joining in. We'll be posting this open house on the YouTube. You can comment your queries in the YouTube section also, and also on the LinkedIn. We will be answering your queries there also. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.